And I think that's such an interesting point to make, because President Trump says it's hard to believe that these Democrat mayors and governors, all of whom are greatly incompetent, would want us to leave. So what do you make of this divisive rhetoric? And do you think that actually what you explained to me, the Democratic mayors and governors who need to be re-elected are actually going to step up their game?
I think it's they're going to have to step up their game because they're in a really bad spot, because in the end, we say in America's scoreboard, look at the scoreboard. In the end, you might have disagreed with us. You might have said that we're bad people, we're heartless people, whatever, but we're concerned about the American citizens first. And the American citizens are seeing that data and they're saying, wow, that looks pretty good. Now, as we go into the midterms in 2026, there is a certain sort of gamesmanship. The rhetoric there is going to be a little bit more bombastic as people like Pritzker or Gavin Newsom try to stand up to Trump, or Tim Walz, who's caught in just the biggest fraud scheme ever, completely dead to rights in most cases, it seems like, at least from a broad spectrum, allegedly. Just this sort of bad behavior that's coming out. I think that their best option is, and you see it a little bit with Muriel Bowser in D.C. actually coming out and praising the National Guard, who, by the way, are our brothers and sisters in our country. The National Guard isn't some random paramilitary force from abroad that's brought here. The National Guard comes during times of national disaster, at times of strife. So, welcoming them and seeing how good they've done, this is a chance for the Democrats actually to seize on it and then start making their cities better and saying, look, we don't need Trump. And they can probably spin that and say that they're the reason for it. So if they were wise and if they saw, like, if they thought about winning domestic votes, they would do that. But likely they're going to try to stand up to Trump. They're going to say no more kings, and they're going to try to obfuscate the brave men of ICE who are there deporting criminals. And in doing so, it'll probably ramp up the rhetoric, and it will cause them some hurt in the midterms, where they have obviously the statistical advantage going in as the non-incumbent party.